Welcome to Beauty and the Brain with your hosts, Dr. Chris Croley and nurse practitioner Jerry Drinkard. Get ready to dive into the latest in revolutionary treatments, cutting-edge devices, and wellness secrets. Whether you're a consumer or provider, we're here to empower you at the forefront of beauty and aesthetics.
Hi guys, welcome back to season 2 of Beauty and the Brain. We are so excited.
And we're still married.
We did not get divorced in season 1. We cannot be happier to be back with you guys for another season of Beauty and the Brain. We have so much exciting things coming up. A lot going on here with our new set, and behind the scenes you can see Sierra over there doing her job as the boss and the producer, and Danny behind the camera that you guys can't see, but we are excited to be with you. Yeah, Jerry Entertainment, as always. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Beauty and the Brain, the podcast where we talk about all things aesthetics. I'm your co-host, Dr. Chris Croley.
And I'm Jerry Drinkard, family nurse practitioner. And together, Chris and I own Skin and Tonic med spa that's located in Pace, Florida. And here we are.
Here we are, season 2.
Season 2. Season 1 about killed us at times.
Yeah, we didn't get divorced.
We didn't get divorced. We had a lot of changes, though. We had set changes, we had equipment changes, we had idea changes, we had location changes. So by the end of it, I think we kind of had it figured out.
Yeah, I don't know if we have it figured out. We'll probably say the same thing next year as we hopefully do another season. So first of all, we want to give a big thank you to all of you who are listening to us and tuning in and watching us on iTunes. This has been a project, kind of a labor of love at times. We were like, is it worth it? Should we do it? But we really have had a lot of fun doing it. It's probably the most time that you and I ever spend just sitting and talking to each other.
Yeah, you get to look at me for 10 hours. So it really is, it's one of those things that, like, leading up to it is a lot of work, but once we get started, it's really enjoyable. We enjoy the time with each other, obviously, but we also have been able to enjoy the time with a lot of colleagues that we don't ever get to sit and just chat with.
Yeah.
It's been, for sure, a journey, and I think it's been a good one.
Yeah, and, I guess for anybody that's new to the show or new to listening to us, just kind of a little background on, how this came about and how we filmed this. So we do a lot of episodes in one day. And so we both have really busy schedules in our clinic, Skin and Tonic. And also, I travel extensively teaching and doing a lot of things that I'm passionate about, which is really instructing providers in the aesthetic space. So whether they're new into this space or whether they've been in practice for a long time, I'm the chief medical officer for Empire, a GAIN trainer. You do training for a lot of companies. And so we both really love teaching, but it's hard to coordinate our schedules to get together. So we plan a day every 2 to 3 months and we film a lot of episodes. So you guys are going to notice in these first few episodes that I'm a little bit hoarse. I'm recovering from a cold, but we were so excited to start season 2. We didn't want to delay it, and so we had a lot of things planned for today. And so I feel great. I'm super excited to be here, but my voice will be a little bit cracking this first episode.
You'll make it.
I'll make it. Yeah, you have no sympathy, I know.
Toughen up, Buttercup.
Toughen up, you guys heard it. So as Jerry mentioned, we did have a lot of really fun guests last season, and they were all someone from the local community. So we're located just outside of Pensacola, Florida area, and really have a great network of providers here. So people who are in the primary care space and the aesthetic space, some of our colleagues in the area, and a lot of people always ask us, they're like, aren't they your competition that you're bringing on your show? And you and I, long before the phrase was ever popular of community over competition, really kind of live by that. So we've trained people in our area. We continue to collaborate with them. We love not only being a resource, but having that network of people that we can call upon when we need help or that we can refer to when it's things that are outside of our expertise. So it's been, I think, a lot of fun. One of the things I've enjoyed most about the podcast is getting to know those providers a little bit more and having them come and have discussions with us.
We've had a lot of people on from the community, but we still have a lot of really great people in the community that I would love to have on, and we've talked to several people about it. So hopefully on some of the upcoming episodes, we'll be able to get some of those people on. And like you said, some of them are probably our biggest competition, if you want to call it that. But we've all had times when we've had to rely on each other, and it's so nice. And Pensacola, I say it all the time, but we're really fortunate to have this many talented injectors in the area, and I'd like to get some of the other people that are doing what we do every day, and talk about challenges that we all see, successes that we've all had. Like I said, we don't have a lot of time to visit socially, so why not do it in front of a camera?
Yeah, exactly. Well, one of the fun things that we have here is a little bit of a short clip. It's something that even you and I haven't seen. And so it is a little montage of some of our guests from season 1, some of our listeners from season 1, as well as some of the guests that we're going to have on season 2. We are both pretty excited and pumped about that. So we've been able to upgrade our technology a little bit, and we're going to have the ability for some of our guests to call in. And so you're going to see them throughout the season, and we have people from all over the U.S. and even a few international guests that are booked. So we are both really excited about that.
Yeah, I think season 1 was great. I think season 2 we'll continue to learn as we go, but we have so much fun things coming forward in season 2.
Yeah, and really most of our ideas, actually all of our ideas, are inspired and driven by our listener request. And so a lot of you guys submit things to us through our various social media channels, whether it's through Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And so we want to keep those ideas coming. And so that's how we get new show ideas. That's how we directly know what to kind of get together, information to pull together to produce for you guys. Sierra, if any of you guys have had the pleasure of interacting with her, she is an asset that we could not do any of this without. Like, she runs Skin and Tonic. She gets all of the show notes and show ideas together for this podcast. She keeps Jerry and I on the straight and narrow on a daily basis. So she puts up with a lot from us, and really we couldn't do any of this without her. And so keep those ideas coming. What do you think? Should we take a few minutes to watch and see what these people sent in?
Yeah, let's see what they have to say about us.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, you know how proud I am of you. I love your passion for helping people feel better about themselves. Congratulations on season 2. Love you guys.
Hey guys, congratulations on your second season of Beauty and the Brain podcast. I love watching you guys every week. You make the whole world of learning about aesthetics so much fun. So I can't wait for season 2.
Hi guys, my name is Maritza Mejia from New York. I am super excited to be a guest on season 2 of my amazing New York husband, Chris, and Jerry on the Beauty and the Brain podcast.
Hey, it's Steve Barber, publisher of Scarlet and Faces Pensacola. Congratulations to Chris and Jerry on their second season of Beauty and the Brain. Looking forward to being a guest on that awesome second season.
Hey y'all, we are back for season 2 of Beauty and the Brain with the amazing Chris and Jerry. Them suckers decided to have me back.
Congratulations to Beauty and the Brain on a second season of an amazing podcast. I love listening and hearing Chris and Jerry's different views on medical aesthetics and different trends that are going on in the world right now. I also really enjoyed some of the guests this season and can't wait to see who you have on next season. Hopefully me somewhere.
Hey Jerry, Chris, I just wanted to congratulate you on your second season of Beauty and the Brain. I really enjoyed you guys. I love hearing from you on the podcast. Here's to another great year.
Hey, Chris and Jerry, congratulations on your first successful season of Beauty and the Brain, and I'm so excited about your second season. Also very excited to be on it. Congratulations, and I'll see you guys soon.
Wow, that was nice. A little bit emotional.
Very nice.
I'd probably have shed a tear if you hadn't lasered out my tear ducts.
You got that dry eye from your toxin.
Yeah, that dry eye from my Botox, right?
That's another episode.
But yeah, you guys can see that was. Thank you to everyone who actually submitted for that clip. We appreciate that, and certainly look forward. I mean, some of those guests, I'm so excited. I cannot wait for the episodes to film just to get to talk with them.
First of all, for people to take time to watch the podcast or listen, whatever platform it may be, the guests that take time out of their schedule to come and, come out here and to spend a couple hours with us or an hour filming. And so it's just humbling to see what people have to say and that people also enjoy it as much as we do. So if you have topics that you want to talk about or you want to know more about, please submit them to us. You can comment here. You can call the office. Sierra is always available. Chris and I try to be. So we'd love like recommendations from all of you.
As we talked about, if someone wants to be a guest, if you're interested in being a guest, or if you know somebody who would be an interesting guest, you can go to our website, skinandtonic.pro. And again, that's skinandtonic.pro, and you can fill out a form to nominate them, and Sierra will be in touch with them at some point, and we will get them on the schedule.
So I consider that some goals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's a good thing. So one of the things we want to talk about with this show, so it's the first of the year. We did take a few weeks off between last season and this launch. And one of the things was to talk about goals. And I think over the break, over the holidays, Christmas and New Year's, we did some remodeling. And so you guys can see we're in a new podcast studio. We've definitely upgraded some things here. But in addition to that, we did a little bit of remodeling at Skin and Tonic.
Just kind of a little facelift. We've been there for 3 years now, and talked with our business partner and Drinkard, who's in with us as well. And we're all ready for some changes in the building, and so we decided just to go in, do some fresh paint colors, and I think it's turned out really nice. I can't wait for everyone to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you think it turned out nice, since you kind of had a major input in the design. But more than that, I wanted you to talk about what you found when you were doing some remodeling.
So I'm a firm believer in that setting goals, and if you write the goals down, then you're more likely to stick to those goals. And Sierra is the hub of the wheel that makes Skin and Tonic run. And so I was cleaning during the remodel, and I was in her old office. She's off site now. And I found a journal, and it was her 2021 goals. And so Sierra started work with us in 21, and she had written these goals, at the beginning of the year. And one of her goals, her first goal actually, was to shadow in a med spa setting.
Yeah, so she had just finished esthetician school. She had already had her bachelor's in marketing, and but she had decided to kind of like consider a career path change.
And she was referred to us by a good friend of ours, Cindy Cassidy, and she said that if we were in the market for an esthetician, or thought we would be in the next couple of years, that she had a unicorn. And so we took the leap and hired her, and have not looked back. And neither has her growth. And I think a lot of it has to do with her goals. That was one of the goals, staying up to date on new techniques. That was another one of her goals. And now she's our director of operations, and she comes in and helps us get this podcast going. She helps us with the daily operations in the clinic, and helps Chris. She probably schedules Chris's haircuts for him. I don't know what all she does for Chris, but she takes on a lot of duties I don't have to do. So we are just thrilled to have Sierra as part of us, but also it's really an inspiration when you start setting goals.
Yeah, I mean, we both talk about that all the time, like kind of writing down what your goals are, being specific with those. And I think we talk about it. We always say that we kind of believe in that. But I think this was a good example of where it was a journal that was left behind that she had probably forgotten about, and that was found years later. And now she's accomplished pretty much everything that she had on that list, and excelled even further than she even imagined.
Except she wanted a dump truck butt.
Oh, she wanted a dump truck butt. So, well, I guess we can work on that with Sculptor this year. So
Goals.
But talking of goals, then, what are some personal and professional goals that you have for this year?
I think my personal and professional goals are so intertwined that it's really hard for me to say which are personal and which are professional, because our business is a huge, huge part of our life. And when we're not in the clinic, we're planning to be in the clinic, or we're planning where we're going to be next for education purposes, or what's going on with our training, personal training. And so I think that for us to spend more time with us without business as a component of it, which will not happen, we know that, but it's a goal. My other goal is just to be able to continue to provide services that are at the top of what's available in the aesthetics industry, to be up to date on all the new products. There's tons of new products coming out, tons of new equipments that are coming out. And basically, as generic as it sounds, just to be the best that I can be at my game. You don't like that, do you?
No, I'm waiting for you to tell more.
Hey.
You can keep going.
Get my blood work done.
I have a whole list. I'll go on.
We're talking about goals that I have for me, not goals that you have for me.
No. I'm talking about my own goals. My own goals.
Like,
You're going to give like 3, and then I'm going to have to give like,
let's get this straight.
maybe that's an actual interesting topic. What goals do you have for me?
Well, I think that they were all kind of intertwined. Like I said, like my goals and your goals, I think are probably so similar because they like, I mean, it's hard to even explain how intertwined every component of our life is.
I think a lot of business owners will understand that. So I think that you don't, it's interesting because we do teach a lot, and we do meet a lot of people starting businesses. And one of the common themes that I hear when people want to go into business for themselves is they want freedom, and they want to be able to control their schedule. And as much as it's a perceived control of your schedule, and yes, we can definitely schedule days that we're open and closed, I would say that being a business owner has us actually working more hours than we work at anything else. When we work a normal job and we go on a certain set number of hours, you get a paycheck and you're kind of off after that.
We never clock out.
But as a business owner, you really don't, and we love it or we wouldn't do it. So there are definitely a lot of rewards that come along with being an entrepreneur, a business owner, but there are a lot of challenges that come with it as well. And so it's interesting that people go into it for like some perception of freedom, but when you're actually in the middle of it, it's like, do I ever actually have time off?
Yeah. But sometimes our time off is being able to travel to conferences and travel to these educational events, because a lot of our friends, that's where we there's such a social component to it as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't really trade it for anything. We both are doing what we love doing. Like, so we set out on this 15 years ago, actually almost 16 years now, that we decided we were going to go down this aesthetic pathway. And, at that point, I really thought this would be more kind of like a job for you. It would be like a little vacation fund maybe, but I never viewed us having a business the way that we actually have this now. And we talk about this on a lot of the different podcast episodes, different services that we offer. How do we actually bring services in? How do we evaluate? But the truth is, everything that we bring into the clinic are things that we love. It's technology we believe in. It's procedures and technology that really changes patients and our clients' lives. And so, no, it's not cancer therapies. And so you don't think in aesthetics that you can really have this much of an impact on people's lives. But it's super rewarding to form those bonds with our clients and see them come back over and over, and we get to know them and their family and kind of make them feel good about themselves. So it's a happy visit, right? It's not like we're doing in the hospital where we're dealing with some of these more serious medical issues. We're able to provide like safe care with really outstanding results. And I think there's something very rewarding about that it doesn't feel like work.
Well, they do become our family, and they, when we don't see a patient for a while, we wonder like what's going on with them, and I'll shoot them a message if I haven't seen them, and not even asking for them to come in for a visit, but just if I haven't seen someone in a while, and those types of bonds. That's really what makes. I went into nursing because I like taking care of people. And I feel like I still do that. It's just a different sense than I did when I was in hospice. And so sometimes I've always heard about hairdressers feeling a little bit like a shrink because you hear everyone's problems. And when you lay them back in a chair and rub them with an alcohol swab, there's something that makes the truth come out. They just want to, talk to you about some of the things that are most important to them and things that are bothering them, and it's nice to be able to be there and help them. So my goal is to, as you were asking, is probably to continue to be able to do more of that.
And so we're a little bit different in some of the things we enjoy professionally. A lot of it does overlap, and so we both treat patients. Clinically, we both teach. But I would say that one of the big differences is I absolutely love to teach. It's probably my favorite thing. People who've had classes with me know that I always say if I hit the lottery, I'll do it for free. That's how much I love it. And you love to really get to know your patients and be in the clinic and really interact with them. And you could do that like every day, and you almost get energized from that the way I do from teaching. And so I think that, the common ground is aesthetics and the business that we have together. But one of the things that I want to do, like professionally and personally in 2024, is be able to do more of the things that I really love doing. So there are things that we all have to do as part of our job and work to actually pay the bills and to generate an income. But we're fortunate enough now that we've done this enough years that I think both of us are now able to really do more of what we like in life. So it's not as much like work. So I would love to be able to get a little bit better balance of doing the things. And so some of that means, trying to find more opportunities that we can do the things that we like together. And so I've twisted your arm a little bit to get you to go and teach with me a little more frequently than you did in 2023.
I'll do that. Chris loves a camera, and as my friend Rose Winchester said, I'd rather you point a gun at me than point a camera at me. It's not my comfort zone. So this is a stretch. So maybe by the end of this year.
But don't you think this is much easier than when we first did the very first episode?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I think you're actually like more comfortable sometimes on the camera now than I am.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but that's a stretch.
Yeah.
But I think I'm more comfortable just because I enjoy most of the topics that we talk about. Occasionally we have topics that are less interesting to me than others, but in general we come up with these ideas in conjunction with Sierra, and we all talk about them before they come to fruition on the podcast. And so we don't typically have things on here that don't interest us. And so it really makes it a lot easier to sit and have these conversations. And like you said earlier, like, this is the time when we have to chat.
Yeah. Well, and I think too that, people assume in this space, especially when we've been doing it for a while, that you know a little bit about everything. And that is simply not true. We try to keep up in the things that we do, the procedures that we perform in the clinic and the devices that we use. We do know them very well. Like, we would never do things on a patient until we fully understood it. But I think one of the great things about these topics that we discuss, and when we get show ideas, we often get challenged in terms of our thought process. And if we don't know about something, then we're trying to reach out and find experts who do know about it. And then we learn about it in the process, and we can evaluate, is that something that we just want to talk about on the podcast, and kind of make sure that we help our clients identify experts in that area, or is it something that we want to learn more about and bring into the clinic? So I think it's been really educational for us as well.
Yeah. Well, and you've traveled, I don't know how many weekends out of the year to different venues for education and training. And just think about the new contacts that you've made, the new colleagues that we can all use as a reference, as resources if we have problems or if we have a challenging patient. And I can't tell you how many new friendships that we've developed over the past year, And so those are the things that when you leave one year and go into the next, that to me, that you'll have with you forever.
Yeah, and again, as a chief medical officer of Empire, they're like my second family. So I know Jerry thinks I talk to Empire people as much or more than I do him, but it is an avenue for me to really use my skills in educating other aesthetic providers that I appreciate and that I like the opportunity to have with them. So we'll see how that goes in 2024. I'm super excited about all of our new projects that we have going on with Empire as well as at Skin and Tonic. Other goals for me, so these are much, much, much more superficial. So you know what one of them is. He is okay with me doing this, but I've wanted veneers for a very long time. So I'm going to have new teeth, hopefully, early in the season. So I cannot wait for that big, bright white smile. So I'm getting
Chris loves a fake tan. He will have the whitest teeth and the darkest skin. So y'all just get ready. He'll look like a barbecue potato chip.
I love to be like a mahogany color with white teeth. I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
I'm excited for you for that. You've wanted to do this for a long time.
Yeah, I've wanted to do it for a while. So I'm getting a little time to do that. I have been going to one of our local med spas. They're about an hour away. It's a Main Street clinic and the View Med Spa over in Crestview, and really it is a phenomenal place. The staff there is absolutely amazing. I actually got introduced to them through a Galderma training. I went and did a training for them, and then we've kind of developed a friendship and been at multiple trainings together since that time. But they have some really cool devices. So they have some different devices than we have over there. and they have this device called M-Face, and so it is similar to M-Sculpt, but it's for the facial muscles, and I'm loving that right now. So I'm in the series of treatment over there, and so I'm excited to see, again, very superficial on this result, but what can I get in terms of maybe some lifting in my lower face through this device. And so I'll keep you guys posted. Go ahead and follow us on our Instagram channels, and you'll see I'll do a whole series when I finish that. It'll take, a couple of months to finish the series and wait for my final result. But anybody who's looking for M-Face in the area, my experience there has been absolutely phenomenal. So I'm excited about that. And that's going to be kind of like first quarter goals.
Another goal that you had that I wasn't completely aware of until now is we have a new addition to the family coming.
Yes. I'm most excited about this, everybody.
Yeah, I think that was Chris's goal. He probably wrote it down somewhere along the way, and I didn't know about it. So we have Croley, according to Chris, Tip, according to me.
Croley.
A tiny female schnauzer that'll be joining the Double Crown Farm family and Skin and Tonic family here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, Jerry has to act tough, and like he doesn't want a little mini schnauzer. He only wants big, tough dogs, but he'll probably have Croley at the clinic and with jewelry on and blame it on me.
We'll see.
But yeah, I'm very excited about it. And then kind of other exciting news that we have going on this year, we're going to be on a reality show called The Blocks. It's a business competition show. It's going to be coming up later in the year. Jerry also wasn't super on board with this in the beginning, but now
I really sound like a Scrooge, but I'm not.
He's not. He's a lot of fun. He's he's kind of the life of the party. He's a social one, but he also doesn't like a lot of camera work and public presentation. But I think of the two of us, you're by far I'm not even a close second, the more creative one. Thank you. Yeah. He comes up, I can't even, really say on the podcast some of the name ideas that he's had for different business ventures along the way. He continually shocks me every day with like some crazy stuff that if you guys were around him, you would be like,
you have to ask personally, and we can tell you off camera.
Yeah, definitely off camera what some of these things are. But he has these crazy, crazy ideas, and some of them, come together and really are great. But he doesn't like presenting them. So I think it's a great opportunity. I'm very excited for us to have the opportunity to be on the show. I think we're going to learn a lot about our business and our business skills and help develop that. But it's going to give us an opportunity to kind of have fun together also for a week and see Jerry's creative ideas play out. I'll be the one presenting them.
I think it'll be a good time for us to set goals. I think that as fun as it'll be, I think it'll also be a huge learning opportunity for us to see where we really fall short. As medical people, we weren't formally trained in business, and so it's a struggle for us a lot of times. And so I think that we can be very good business people, but it's not first nature for some of us. And so I think this will really, it's a challenge. That's what we're going for. So we'll find out what we're really good at and what we're not really good at, and so it'll give us some things to work towards for sure.
And I'm super competitive, so I've been telling Jerry he needs to study up because I'm going to be there to win.
Yep. I'm all about winning. I like a blue ribbon.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us personally about your horse show goals for the year?
So my horse show goals are just to, horses have always been like a huge passion of mine. And so it's one of those things, like we've always said, like the outside of the horse is good for the inside of a man. And so it's kind of where I go when I need a stress relief or need a break from the world, is on top of a horse. And so I have a couple of show horses, kind of like Croley. I broke the news about one of them to Chris a couple of weeks ago. We knew about the Country Mile, which had a really good show year last year. And then we have a new show project, so we'll keep you up to date on.
Yeah, I think he just dropped that name to me just now for the first time. For you guys listening, I don't think I've heard about that one yet. He's deciding to do it on camera. He said a couple of weeks ago he means
my safe space.
Yeah, he means right now that I've never heard of this horse called a Country Mile.
Country Mile's my show horse from last year.
Oh, well, I never knew the name from last year.
You just knew the pretty one.
Yeah, I just know what they look like. I don't know their names.
Chris never wants to sell horses. He thinks they all should stay here forever.
Yeah, Jerry likes to show them, win prize with them. I think they should all be living on one big happy herd, that we shouldn't have fences or barns, just let them roam free. So we have to kind of compromise.
As
on
I
that a
said,
little
we're
bit.
not always good business people.
So anyway, it's a lot going on in our lives. We're going to share some of this with you as we go throughout the season, both professionally and personally. Really, the podcast is about all things aesthetics. And so certainly what you're going to see on here with us and our guests are going to be related to the aesthetic industry. So we're going to talk about new procedures, new techniques, new injectables, new things that we're bringing into the practice. And really, I'm excited about these guests because guys, let me just tell you, their expertise is very wide ranging. So from people who we respect and look up to about psychology in the industry, when we talk about body dysmorphic disorder and how in this aesthetic world we can easily go down a pathway and start looking really artificial. Who keeps us in check? Who keeps us in check as providers? Who keeps us in check as consumers of this information and technology? So we're going to have guests about that. We have guests with a variety of expertise from nutrition and exercise, mental health, injectables, people all over the U.S. that do injectables in a different manner. So people that I've had the good fortune of teaching beside and working with, and people that I only know and respect through publications in the industry. So a lot of those things are coming up this season.
I'm excited for everything that we have coming. So some of the guests I've not been able to meet yet, you have, and so it'll be a fun time.
Yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in. We look very forward to seeing you next week on another episode of Beauty and the Brain.
See you soon.